What is up guys, it's Dyneric and I'm back with another video. I know it's been a long time since the last one. Either way, I'm back with another video and this time it's another university video. Today I'm doing a video for all of you new students coming to the University of Surrey this fall. Actually just in a couple of days probably, because Freshers Week, if I'm not mistaken, is next Monday or this coming Monday, and so you guys are probably moving in this weekend, actually Saturday and Sunday. So here are some tips for you guys starting the University of Surrey this fall, and if you have any other tips that I don't mention in this video, feel free to comment down below as well, because that will help any future students that might be unsure of how things work at the university. Anyway, let's start off. I've got 10 tips. I'll try to make them as quick as possible so that you guys don't get bored. So starting off with tip number 1. Something that I learned the hard way, and I think a lot of people learn the hard way, is when you come to university, I think this applies to almost every university in England at least, when there's a big event coming up in a few weeks time that everyone's talking about at campus, make sure to get those tickets, because in most cases, even if you feel like you don't want to go in the evening for some reason, there's a lot of people that usually want to buy your tickets the same day as the event for the same price as you bought them. So it's a lot smarter just getting them, because that way if you feel like you want to go, you won't end up missing out because you never got a ticket. And you've got a backup plan, because if you don't feel like it or if you get sick, it's really easy to just sell it on someone else. Moving on to tip number 2. So as most of you guys are aware of that are starting at the University of Surrey, there are 3 different campuses. There's the Stag Hill campus, Manor Park, and the other third one that you never really remember. Hazel Farm. Sorry about that, anyone that lives in Hazel Farm. Either way, I'm going to talk about Manor Park and Stag Hill. So basically, I don't know why, but pretty much everyone that wants to live in a Band D room usually wants to go to Manor Park. They want to live there. I think it's because everyone kind of likes the new buildings. Everything seems a lot nicer there. You're close to the really cool sports facilities and everything. You're close to Tesco's, etc, etc. However, I know that it seems really cool and I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, but out of my own experience, obviously I haven't lived in Manor Park, I lived at Stag Hill, the main campus. It's a lot more convenient living there on Stag Hill, obviously, compared to Manor Park, because yes, it takes like what, 20-25 minutes to walk to the sports park, or if you want to go to the big Tesco's. However, you can always take the bus, and the most convenient part about living on Stag Hill is it takes like a few minutes going to your lectures, which means that you don't have to get up like 40 minutes before your lecture. You can actually just get up like 10 minutes before, roll out of bed, brush your teeth, grab something to eat on the way, and bam, just eat at the lecture if you want. It just makes life so much easier, you save so much time, you get those precious extra minutes in the mornings. Oh, and another good thing living on Stag Hill campus is that you're really close to Rubik's and Pizza Man and all those nice things. So basically, if you want to go to Rubik's on an evening, which is the local club, or not local, it's the campus club, it's really close. So it takes a few minutes walking there. But if you live on Manor Park, you either have to take the bus, wait for the bus, etc, etc, or you have to walk 20 to 25 minutes. Anyway, moving on. Pro tip number 3. Simply Fresh, which is the shop on campus where you can buy groceries, is a lifesaver sometimes. When you've forgotten to do your grocery shopping, it's amazing being able to just walk to Simply Fresh, grab what you need, and survive another day. However, I think everyone can agree that it's ridiculously overpriced at Simply Fresh. So I would not recommend surviving on simply going to Simply Fresh. See what I did there? Simply Fresh. Anyway, I would not recommend just going to Simply Fresh for your grocery shops. Yes, it's good for a few days, but please don't rely on it. You'll be broke within like a few weeks. Tesco's is a lot better, but Simply Fresh is there if you need it, which is awesome. Pro tip number 4, and this tip is kind of mainly focused on all the business students, so sorry for everyone else that's not a business student, but I just felt like I needed to say this. As a business student, I don't know if it's gonna apply this year, but I think so. Either way, you get 1,000 sheets of printing paper at the business school, so that means you don't have to spend money on printing at the library. You can actually just print in the business building, so why waste money on the library printing there if you run out of your credit. I think you get like £9–10 of credit, I can't really remember. Anyway, when you run out of that, it's a lot better just going to the MS building and printing out anything you need to print there, because realistically you probably won't need 1000 sheets anyway, so I just recommend going there because it saves you a bit of money. So moving on to number 5. This is something that I was not aware of myself. It took I think 2 to 3 months before I actually realized how cool this place is. It's the campus pub. It's called Waits House, and it's really cool. It's got pool tables. If I'm not mistaken, it's got darts, not sure. Either way, it's got drinks, and it's on campus. That's the important part, because yes, they might be a bit overpriced, but it is very convenient if you want to grab a drink with your friends after a long day of lectures, and it's on campus, so you don't have to walk those 10 to 15 minutes into town to get a drink. You can actually just get one on campus. Moving on to tip number 6. So this is something that I didn't realize until like the very end of my first year, and that is that all receptions on campus have rooms which you can actually rent for a night. It doesn't cost anything, you just have to book it, and basically you can have parties there, because according to the rules you're not allowed to have, I think it's more than double the amount of people that you're in your flat in your kitchen. So let's say you're 10 people in your flat, then you're not allowed to have more than 20 people in your kitchen. So it's a good option for that if you want to throw like a party, like a birthday party or something, and you want to be more than 20 people, or if you're living in a smaller house, then that's definitely better. However, I would like to mention one thing, and that is that they do tend to throw you out pretty early. I think they throw you out around 11, if I'm not mistaken, at night. And so if you want to party and you want to drink and everything, you don't really want to have to think about cleaning up and everything, because you do have to clean up and put everything back to where it was before you came there, before you have to leave. So that pretty much means that you have to end the party around 10:30, and that's a bit early if you want to go out later, if you're doing just pre-drinks or something. So yes, it's a good option if you got a smaller kitchen, but if you do have a bigger kitchen, I would recommend just staying in your kitchen and having your party there. So moving on to the next tip, number 7. Everyone loves Pizza Man. It's the local pizza place on campus. It's located just outside Rubik's, the campus club, and so it's very convenient when you're on a night out at Rubik's and you get really hungry afterwards or before, so you go there, grab fries, pizza, whatever you fancy. So it's pretty good. However, I would like to say that yes, it's convenient because it's really close to if you live on campus or if you're at Rubik's, but if you're having just like a takeout night where you want pizza, I would not recommend Pizza Man. Yes, it's really convenient, but it's not the greatest pizza, so I would recommend getting delivery from any other pizza place, because that takes like 20 minutes and you've got like Domino's delivered at your door, and it's usually around the same price, Pizza Man and like Domino's or any other pizza place. So just concluding here, Pizza Man is a good option if you're out partying at Rubik's. However, I would recommend getting delivery pizza if you're just having pizza just a normal night and just want to enjoy your pizza. So moving on to tip number 8. I strongly recommend that you go to the Active Freshers Weekend. It's basically a weekend where you get to try out all the sports that are offered at the university at the sports park for free. So you don't have to pay anything. You get to try out dozens of sports. You choose how many you want to try out, which ones you want to try out, and it's really good because you never know, you might actually find a sport that you really love. That's what happened with me. I found Ultimate Frisbee. I didn't even know what it was before I came to uni, and now I've been playing for a year and I absolutely love it. So if you want to try out something new, definitely go to Active Freshers Weekend, and why not come by and say hi at the Ultimate Frisbee. I would definitely recommend it if you don't really have any sport that you particularly like, or if you want to try something new, because it's nothing compared to any other sports you've probably tried before. And the really good thing about Ultimate Frisbee is when you start, pretty much everyone is a beginner. So everyone starts on the same level, which is really nice because then you don't actually have to be intimidated by starting with like other people that are pro level already, because pretty much everyone is a beginner. And so I hope to see you there. So moving on to the penultimate tip. It's kind of similar to the previous tip, and that is to join societies. The university offers anything from like culture societies to course specific societies to hobby societies, you name it, and there's probably a society for it. The reason why this is on the list is because it's an amazing way to actually get to know new people, and almost everyone comes to the university not knowing anyone. And so yes, it's good to get to know people from like your course or the people that you're living with. However, going to a society that you actually like makes it a lot easier finding people that have the same interests as you, and so it makes it a lot easier finding people that you click with. And if you don't find any societies that you fancy, it's really easy to set up a new society. All you need is, I think, 20 names supporting your society. You need 3 people that want to be part of the committee. You need a president, vice president, and treasurer. And then you pretty much just have to go to the union, talk to them, and they'll help you sort everything out. I did it myself. I started a Game of Thrones society with 4 other friends, and together we started a society that now, less than a year later, has roughly 200 members. So anything is possible as long as you fight for it and you've got ideas that people actually want to do. So yeah, sorry about the shameless plug. Actually, I'm not sorry. So if you are interested in Game of Thrones, even if you haven't watched it yet, but you would like to watch it, you should definitely come by our stand at the Freshers Fair, which will be not this Friday, but the next Friday. I think it's the 28th of September. We'll be there. Come talk to us and join us. And so, moving on to my last tip of this video. This is basically be respectful of the people that you live with. Most people haven't lived with anyone before except for their family, and it's a lot different than living with your family. You need to think of everything that you do and try not to piss everyone off. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that most people are chill with whatever you want to do as long as you actually talk with them beforehand. So like if you want to have a party in your kitchen, just make sure to talk with your flatmates, and usually they're fine with it unless you're a huge dick. Just try your best to keep like the relationship with your flatmates on at least like a neutral level so you don't get on each other's nerves. You're only living with each other for a year, so do your best to actually be a decent person. I know it sounds really cheesy, but it does make your life so much better and so much easier if you're on good terms with your flatmates. And having said that, I do think that is it for this video. Like I said in the beginning of the video, please leave any comments if you have any other ideas or tips for coming freshers as well, if there's something that you think new students should know. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you liked it. If you did, go leave it a like down below. Subscribe if you're new. We're actually really close to hitting 200 subscribers. We're 7 people away from hitting that landmark. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. It would mean a lot to me. Please feel free to share this video with anyone that would find this video useful. Any future University of Surrey students or anyone that is looking into starting university in England. Maybe this will help them realize what an awesome university University of Surrey is. If you want to see any other university videos, especially about University of Surrey, I do actually have a playlist where I've added 3 other videos, so I will link that down below in the description. Anyway, have a good day, and if you're a fresher starting this week or just started, good luck with your first year, and maybe I'll see you around. Goodbye.